Good morning in Yakurr is a blocker. The A is often emphasized and phonetic structure is set aside from the other secondary part of the word, which is blocker. To be a, the apostrophe here is to indicate there is a break, a little break, pause in the pronunciation. A blocker. Others habitually say a blocker at once. Others will say a blocker. When you say a blocker, it means that even though there's a split here, it can be indicated with an apostrophe or left like that to be seen as a silence pause, not actually pronounced. It can then come like this. Then, good afternoon will now be awila. Awila, A, as emphasized as in the phonetic structure of the word, stands alone. And the vocalization is very, very clear. A, then will. That vocalization, that split would now be indicated with an apostrophe. And then will, ordinarily ought to be two phonetic units here, we and l, but we can accept it that it can go together as one word, as one phonetic word. Will, and then the l in here is often not hyped as you can find where you have it stressed out there. So we put a dot under the E to show that the sound is often of a lower one, not of a hyped style. High pitch is a low pitch. I will, as you would have said in other words, you say I will. But since awila is not in the word, but awila, we put a dot under the E. Then, good evening is awila. So for those who would have been around and have not really gone anywhere, it's understood that evenings they are around all through the day. And then those who would have come back from the activity or engagement for the day and at the evening, we say awonke. These two can be used for the evening. Awonke, that's you have come back, welcome. And both of them, as you can see, the A and A are often stressed, and then wonke, the other side can be given as one straight word. Phonetically, it's pronounced just one way. But then the E will now have a dot under to show that it is not high. The pitch is not high; it's rather low. That is for good evening. Good night. Oftentimes is when we expect that people will go to bed, and we often say "Yoma akolo." In your call, we believe that night time is when people actually will retire to their berth. So we say "Yoma akolo." That is sleep well or stay well. We say "Yoma akolo." The words is divided into phonetically is divided into three in this form that can be emphasized. Yoma as one emphatic unit. As another, cooler as the balance of it. The or here is often because of the sound that ordinarily should be if you want to say OR. It is not very much acceptable phonetically to put OR there because you would have the need either to pronounce the R, either to de-emphasize the R or to stress the R or to keep it silent. Even when it comes to that, you find that you will still have a little bit of pronunciation, just like say or. So if you put or, you didn't pronounce the or, and there is no such word in Yakurr phonetically. That is why half O will now stand for or, which has no R there because we don't have or. The same way when you say Yakurr and you put double R. What you are invariably saying is that this R must have some vocalization. If it has some vocalization, it will mean you say Yakurr. So phonetically, we are at pains to actually defend this kind of thing. Ordinarily, it should be Y-A-K-O, Yakurr. That is the more phonetically ideal and acceptable and correct way to use it in Yakurr language.